Welcome to Cruise News Central with Joseph.
Should we take them at their word? Or did they just do it for attention? Were they just exhausted parents making a mistake? Or are they genuinely awful people who don't care about the consequences? Were they really telling the truth in that explanation video? Buckle up, because we are about to dive into it. First off, Emily and I just got back from our epic 21-day side-to-side cruise, which was fantastic until this morning when I stood up and almost hit the floor because my legs were still on boat time. I'm still feeling those ocean waves. I hope it doesn't last much longer because I need to get back into land life. Do you feel like you're still on the ship when you get home from a cruise? Let me know in the comments. And if you do, how long does it usually last? All right, let's get into the news. By now, I am sure you've heard about YouTube influencers Matt and Abby Howard, who thought it was a good idea to share an Instagram story about leaving their 1 and 2 year olds alone in a cruise stateroom so they could have a quiet dinner. Predictably, the internet absolutely erupted. Was this a genuine parental misstep or a ploy for attention? In the now deleted Instagram story, talking about her kids, Abby said, "So we ended up taking them for 5 nights and it became apparent that they weren't enjoying it, and therefore we weren't either," she went on to say. "So then we switched our dinner time to after their bedtime, and we FaceTimed the baby monitors while we ate." Further, Abby shared how their baby monitors wouldn't work onboard Navigator of the Seas unless they were within 10 feet of the device. Abby stated, "And that worked out much better for everyone." Since the incident, Matt and Abby released an Instagram video trying to explain that this was all just a misunderstanding. In the video, Matt starts off by explaining that they were on the cruise with Abby's extended family and that the kids were attended to at all times. Abby claimed that she could understand why people thought that they had left the kids unattended by what she said in the post, but that was not the case. Abby also wanted to make clear that her kids sleep in blackout tents and that the blackout tents are equipped with cameras and monitors, and that this is what she was referring to in the Instagram post. So now that we are caught up with the most recent information from the story, let's bring out our inner Sherlock Holmes and see if we can get to the bottom of this case. The way I see it is that there are 3 likely scenarios. 1, they were telling the truth and the kids were never left alone. It was all just a big misunderstanding. I would like to believe that that is the case, but judging by how they acted and how they stated things in the explanation video.
So we just got back from a 7-night cruise with Abby's extended family, and this was everyone from Abby's grandma, our children's great grandma, to our 1 and 2 year old. And so where this whole controversy started, I guess, is a few days ago, Abby posted on her Instagram story that we were at dinner FaceTiming the baby monitors while our children were asleep in their staterooms. And people started to speculate and believe that we had left our children alone in their staterooms. And that is just completely untrue because we had someone with our children at all times on this boat, period.
I can see where my story did lead to misunderstanding, which is why I ended up deleting it several hours after posting it, is because I could see that it was causing concern and misunderstanding.
I'm not really buying what they're selling. Why didn't they name the person who was in the room with the kids? Why in the original Instagram post did they go out of their way to mention that they changed their dining time and were using FaceTime as baby monitors? That wouldn't really be relevant if the kids had supervision, would it? And by the way, she said they were using FaceTime as the baby monitor because the regular baby monitor would only work from about 10 feet away. I'm pretty sure baby monitors are banned on cruise ships. Let me know in the comments if I'm wrong about this, but I'm pretty sure. The second scenario I can see is that they did this to get more famous. I'm sure you have all heard the famous saying, "All publicity is good publicity." Maybe Matt and Abby are playing 3D chess while the rest of us are playing checkers and falling right into their plan by giving them clicks, watch time, headlines, and attention. I know this sounds crazy, but people will go to great lengths to get that social media fame. If this is the truth, I'd like to give credit where credit is due. They got a lot of attention and no one was hurt, and it gives us all something to talk about. The third scenario I can see is the one I think is most likely to be the truth. I think they planned this awesome family cruise. They thought about it for weeks, maybe months, and they had imagined a week-long cruise in paradise. They imagined the kids laughing and having fun on the ship. They thought dinner time would be nothing but lobster tails for the adults and mac and cheese flavored baby food for the kids. Everyone was going to be happy. The day finally came. They got on the ship and everything was a grind. The kids didn't like ship life. They were stuck in a little room with a 1 and 2 year old that were crying and miserable. Everything fun they tried to do ended up just being tiring, and at some point, they said to themselves, okay, if we wait until the late dining time and we Facebook the kids, we should be able to go and enjoy a nice dinner by ourselves. It'll be fine. I think Matt and Abby just wanted to have a little of what they thought the cruise was actually going to be like. I'm reluctant to judge too harshly. Matt and Abby were probably just overwhelmed and made a mistake. They convinced themselves it was safe enough because they were keeping an eye on things through FaceTime. Was it a great parenting move? No. But we've all done things we regret. The important thing is that we learn from it, move on, and hope nobody gets hurt along the way.
Hey everybody, we usually would not be making a video like this, but there is information circulating about us that is completely untrue. So we just wanted to set the record straight, clear the air, because we take our role as parents extremely seriously. And we love our children more than anything in the entire world. And we're very protective of our kids. So we just got back from a 7-night cruise with Abby's extended family. And this was everyone from Abby's grandma, our children's great grandma, to our 1 and 2 year old. And so where this whole controversy started, I guess, is a few days ago, Abby posted on her Instagram story that we were at dinner FaceTiming the baby monitors while our children were asleep in their staterooms. And people started to speculate and believe that we had left our children alone in their staterooms. And that is just completely untrue because we had someone with our children at all times on this boat, period.
I can see where my story did lead to misunderstanding, which is why I ended up deleting it several hours after posting it, is because I could see that it was causing concern and misunderstanding. And I do want to say thank you so much to those of you that were concerned about the safety and well-being of our children as their parents. That is our first and foremost main concern. But to know that other people share those same concerns for our precious boys, it really means a lot. So thank you. But I do want to clarify that we have not, would not, will not ever leave our children unattended. We would never ever want to put them in harm's way in any way. I do want to clear up the baby monitor situation. Our children sleep in these blackout tents every single night, whether or not we're traveling or if we're just home. And a feature of these tents is they have a spot for a sound machine and a spot for a monitor. And even if we are sleeping in the exact same room as our boys, we always turn their monitor on so we can watch and see what's happening inside the tent, make sure they're okay, see if they've fallen asleep or if they've woken up. We just love to have eyes on them. We're always concerned about them. And so that's why even when we would, tag team and take turns at family dinner, we would turn on FaceTime so we could also have eyes on them as their parents if we weren't the ones, attending them in that moment.
And we're so thankful to them, you guys, because we spent a lot of our time on this boat in our staterooms manning the baby monitors. And if it wasn't for Abby's extended family, we really would have not gotten a chance to really get out of the room. So thank you to them. Thank you to you guys for listening to what we had to say. It really means a lot to us. And we appreciate you listening to the very end.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is it for Cruise News Central today on September 24th in the year of our Lord, 2024. Always remember, no matter what destination you choose, no matter what cruise line you choose, adventure awaits.